A few days ago, Robert Saleh said that Dee Ford unlocks everything for the 49ers defensive line. I tell you what, Dee Ford definitely had the key last night. Vern Glenn is here. We were both at Levi Stadium. If the defense plays like it did last night, we're going to Miami.
Awfully impressive last night.
Yeah.
And did you know that everybody on that defensive front had at least one sack? And at full strength, I got to tell you, if they bring the hammer, swinging it is pass rusher Dee Ford. And because of a hamstring issue, we didn't even know if he was going to play until after warm-ups. What a spark.
For this Vikings game, 49ers activating Ford was, like the car company phrase, a better idea.
Everything has got to go to another level, especially with me.
I told Dee, I wish I could scare people with my presence like you do, because, I mean, when a guard sees Dee Ford on them, they're definitely, their mind's racing.
An injured hamstring kept him in the shop for 2 months. Only 4 snaps since November. The 6-year veteran's presence gave the defense more horsepower. Long before and after this sack on 3rd and 11, just before halftime.
That's probably one of the biggest plays in the game, honestly.
Dee obviously makes a huge impact on 3rd down and on passing situations.
They got some great edge rushers. They got some great interior guys, linebackers flying around. They're playing some real good football.
You're going to have to cart me off the field to get me to not play at this point in time.
In on 22 of 46 defensive snaps. Overall, this team's engine was running in early season form. Dominant. 6 sacks, most since late October versus Carolina, when they recorded 7.
Just having him, his presence and his pass rush ability and his knowledge and communication, just he's a true vet.
It really doesn't matter if I'm with Bosa, Buckner, Armstead, Day. It really doesn't matter. We all understand what we got to do, and we scare everybody, I feel like.
Yeah, they scare everybody indeed. That is bad, bad news for the incoming opponent for next Sunday. Now, can they get another 22 snaps out of him for next Sunday's NFC Championship game? I think they can. He'll get treatment today, treatment tomorrow, and we'll just see how they prepare him as the week unfolds for the game.
You can't double team everybody, but you know what occurred to me this morning? Nick Bosa is the MVP of this football team.
Yeah,
Right?
well, how can you not? I mean, but Bosa, in true, out of respect for all the veterans on that team, I mean, he takes a step back and he watches forward and he watches those guys. I mean, he follows their lead.
Yeah, absolutely, he's going to defer. He's the rookie. He's going to be the defensive rookie of the year, but MVP of that football team. You see the Kansas City game today? Roll it. Pat Mahomes watches defense and special teams put the Chiefs in a huge hole. Houston's opening drive. Deshaun Watson go wide open. Kenny Stills. That's a 54-yard touchdown. A much better start for the Texans, who were shut out in the first half last weekend. KC went 3 and out, and then Houston blocked the punt. Lonnie Johnson scooped it up. He's going to score. 14-0 Texans. Less than 5 minutes in the game. And later in the first, the Chiefs just looking for a spark, right? Tyreek Hill in to return the punt. This is not what they had in mind. Houston recovers at the 6-yard line. Then 2 plays later, Watson, the tight end, fails. Texans led 24-0 early in the second quarter. Vern, did you give up on the Chiefs?
I had sort of kind of written them off.
Look at the mascot. The mascot gave up on him. Former Sanford star Justin Reed stopped short on 4th down at the fake punt. Arrowhead comes alive. Mahomes took advantage of the short field. Hit Travis Kelce for the touchdown. Chiefs cut the lead to 24-14. Mahomes is jacked out of his mind. Ensuing kickoff. Another special teams wonder. DeAndre Carter fumbled the football. Lands right on the arm of Darwin Thompson, putting KC back inside the 10. The mascot suddenly in a much better mood, right? High fives all around. Mahomes, just like he did against the Raiders back in week 2, 3. The Travis Kelce, KC came all the way back and led 28-24 at the half. Second half, the Chiefs kept scoring. Mahomes, the former 49er tight end, Blake Bell, his 5th touchdown pass. Kansas City beat Houston 51-31. They win by 20 after trailing by 24. They advance to the AFC title game for the 2nd straight year.
When you're down 24-0, you know, if you don't have a good locker room, things can go the wrong way for you.
Hey, you know what? How about those?
24-0 was a really good lead, like no doubt about it. But I don't think any lead is safe versus these guys, and that's why we felt like we needed 50 points.
There was one fan that's now going viral. He left when you guys were down 24-0.
I'm out here so we get the second half comeback going. Hopefully. Can't do it. Gotta leave, man. It's the only hope.
What would you say to that fan?
Watch the next game at home.
You know, you were following Twitter. You saw a ton of media folk giving up on the Kansas City
I was
Chiefs.
texting people in the press box at Arrowhead Stadium going, what the?
Right.
But you know what? That was a mic drop game. You know why? Down 24-0. You come all the way back, take the lead at the half. You put 41 straight points on them.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Bill O'Brien went from being the king to being the GOAT within 20 minutes, within one quarter, right?
Right.
At that fourth down play, the punt, the fake punt that he didn't get, fired up the crowd, and that would turn the momentum.
Yeah,
right
and
there,
once you got that crowd in there, I mean, you and I, we've both been to Arrowhead Stadium. Once you get that crowd in them, get a little momentum going.
That place, I've been to the press box, right? That place actually literally shakes.
It does.
And we get the crowd behind them, as you said. So the Chiefs going to host the Titans next Sunday. Tennessee knocked off Baltimore last week. New England the week before. They're trying to become the first 6 team to reach the Super Bowl since the Packers in 2011. So Chiefs and Titans, who do you like?
I gotta still like the Chiefs at home, and I'm going to go ahead and say, all right, number 22 for Tennessee, yeah, he's going to get his touches. Okay, he'll be over 100 yards. I'll just give him that. But I don't think Tennessee has the firepower of the Kansas City Chiefs.
You're showing no respect to the great Ronnie Lott, who says defense wins championships.
Defense does win championships. And Mike Vrabel, he's done a great job. But still, I think Kansas City's defense is just good enough to give that ball into the hands of Pat Mahomes.
Derrick Henry, ball control, keep Mahomes off the field. Tennessee in a shot.
I will buy you a beer if Tennessee wins that game
Tommy's
next week.
joint, sausage sandwich, coleslaw, and a cold one.
All on me.
You're on.
All on me.
Okay.